ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
Prapanna means is to serve Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. Such person who has surrendered, if a person is surrendered to Bhagavan and Bhagavatas, then that person will not have any other expectation for him. His only expectation is to bring joy to Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. So when our goal is like that, what should be our actions? What should be our mindset? What should be our thought process? So when we look at all of that, it will be different from different types of people. We have totally materialistic people. Their activities and their goals, they are different. Their activities will be based on their body. Their goal will be to bring pleasure to body. That is the very materialistic person, very bodily oriented person. His objective, his activities, his thought process will be how to conduct this bodily life, and his goal will be to bring maximum pleasure for the body. That is how materialistic people will think. More than if a person is little bit more mature. Materialistic people are there, but some of them are mature. They are not very selfish. They are not just focused on their own body. They will be more related on, more oriented towards family, society and all of that. But still, their thought process, their activities, their goal will be based on body only. They will think that instead of my body being joyful, pleasant, satisfied, I want my friends, my father, my mother, my relatives, everyone to be happy. Everything is in the context of body only. So they will think that this person should have the best comforts, whether it is home, whether it is amenities, whether it is all the utensils, all the things which we use in our home. Everything they want the best and the most convenient, which will reduce our job as much as possible, so that we can sit and relax. Not only us, our family, our friends. So they are having extended vision, but it is based on body only. They don't think beyond body. The next level of person is someone who gets some awareness about Atma. They have some realization that we are Atma and we are different from body. So for them, their Atma based needs will be more. If they have good realization that they are Atma, they are not body, then they will think a little bit more about Atma. What will happen to this Atma? Now it is in this body. In next life, what will be its situation? Whether this Atma will be in a comfortable position or not. So those are their thought process, and they will work for that only. They will think about Atma, they will think about how to better the position of Atma. In that Atma realization also, if a person is very advanced, then he will understand that this body itself is not of much use. It is actually giving us pain only. Whatever we think as joy, pleasure also ends up in pain only. Today it looks like joy, but tomorrow it will be sorrow only. Even if we are eating very good prasadam, if we eat it too much, then in the evening itself we will realize that it is painful for our body. So when that realization comes that there is more pain only in this world where we are, then they will seek what is the higher position. We can probably relinquish this body and we don't want a new body. Atma seems to be pleasant, but body is troublesome. So we will not want any body. So that may be the realization of a person who is more advanced in Atma realization. So these are all different types of people. And even in the person who has realized that there is Atma, that is, the individual is the Atma, he has body. Some people will think that this world is giving some pleasure, but it's not very good. It is not long lasting. So they will think that there may be some world where there is long lasting pleasure. So they will find out about such places like Swargam, even Nagalokam. They are all, even some of the lower worlds also, Patala Lokam, those worlds also, some places are very, very beautiful, more beautiful than Swargam itself. So these people will think about different places where we will have long-lasting pleasure in the body only. It is still bodily enjoyment, but it is long-lasting. So they will work for that. So there are different types of people, and if that person is born in Bharatadesha or they have some connection to Vedam through some process, through some people, they get connected, then they will understand these principles in a little bit more clarity. That they will know that there is defined worlds, Swargam, Narakam, and then there is different types of lower worlds, different types of higher worlds. These information are available in Shastra, in Vedam, Itihasams, Puranams, they are there. So when they understand that these are available, then they will put efforts to get those benefits. And those efforts are not very easy also. For example, if one has to go to Swargam, that person has to do lot of yajna, tapas, dhanam and so on. And these yajnas are like Ashwamedha Yagam. So if one person performs many Ashwamedha Yagams, then he may become Indra. If a person does little bit less, then he may become Varuna, Surya, Chandra, depending on the amount of punya they accumulate. So based on the punya one accumulates, one may get higher position in Devalokam, Nagalokam, Janalokam or Tapalokam, these places. And they can have long lasting bodily enjoyment. Similarly, if one person is very detached from worldly enjoyment, he completely dislikes worldly enjoyment, and then he finds out about Vedam, then he will, if he studies Shastram properly through some guidance, then he will understand that there is Kaivalya state. Kaivalya state means giving up this body completely forever. No scope for again getting the body, and always remaining in that Atma only state. So that state is only the Atma is present, no body now, no body ever, in future also. So these are different types of persons with different types of interests, goals and actions for those goals. So these are shown in Shastra as Aishwaryarti, Kaivalyarti, Bhagavad Kaikariyarti. These are the three classifications. In that we have seen two classifications to some extent now, Aishwaryarti and Kaivalyarti. Aishwaryarti means one who seeks wealth, opulence, physical enjoyment, all of that. So those are Aishwaryartis. That could be Ihaloka Aishwaryam. It is Aishwaryam in this world, Bhulokam, or Paraloka Aishwaryam. That is Swargalokam, Nagalokam, Tapalokam, Janalokam. Those places they can go and seek wealth and enjoyment. So that is all Aishwaryarti. And then there is Kaivalyarti. Kaivalyarti is the one we talked about, Atma, realized person. One who realizes that one is Atma, not this body, and one does not like this body at all. No enjoyment is felt by him when he is with this body. He is only feeling sorrow. Then he realizes this body has to be completely thrown out. Not only this body, in future also I don't want any bodies. So for that also, if the person knows about Shastram, Vedam, and if the person is qualified, he can go through different processes to reach that state of Kaivalya. So these two are, Aishwaryarti and Kaivalyarti are the lower levels. The higher level is Bhagavad Kaikaryarti. One who realizes that one is a Sheshabhuta, that is servant of Bhagavan. That is the true nature of the Atma. If one understands that, then one may desire to serve Bhagavan forever. Now, how can that goal be attained? For that, Shastram shows many paths. Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, Tirunama Sankirtanam, Dividesha Vasam, and then making garlands, lighting lamps, Purushottama Vidya, Avatar Rasya Jnanam. There are so many processes, methods which are shown in Shastra. In these processes, there are two categories. Whatever we have seen, Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, they are all Sadhyopaya. Sadhyopaya means we, as per our own effort, make some actions, do some actions, and then expect results for that. This is Sadhyopaya. That is, we are making that Upayam happen. Sadhikarti means making it happen. We are making that Upayam happen for us. There is Sadhyopayam, and then there is Siddhopayam. Siddhopayam is the Upayam which is readily available. Which is that Upayam? Bhagavan. Bhagavan is always available. For example, if we have to do Karma Yoga, we have to follow the processes. Whatever is stated as the procedure for Karma Yoga. That is getting Upanayana Sanskara, doing Veda Dhyanam, and then knowing the meanings of Vedam, Shastram, and then practicing those meanings, implementing them practically, and then knowing the deeper meanings of Vedam, and then understanding the deeper meanings and trying to follow those deeper meanings. So these are all something which the individual has to try and do manually. Only if he does all of that, that Karma Yoga will be established for that person. Otherwise, it is only on paper. Unlike that, Bhagavan is always readily available. So that is the Siddhopayam. Sadhyopayam means we have to put in effort, make that Upayam happen for us. But Bhagavan is readily available. All we have to do is we have to accept it. That you are my only refuge. I surrender unto you. That is what we have to do. If we do that, then he is ready to act. He is waiting for us, actually. So that is the Siddhopayam. So Sadhyopayam, Siddhopayam. In this Sadhyopayam, there are some activities which are Adhikrita Adhikari. Some Upayams are Sarvadhikari. Tirunama Sankirtanam can be done by everyone. Anybody can do. Anybody who has mouth, who has ability to speak, they can do Tirunama Sankirtanam. There are no restrictions. So that is Sarvadhikara. Adhikrita Adhikara means only selected few people can do. Who are those people? For example, Karma Yogam, those who have been born in Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya family, those who have undergone Upanayana Sanskara, those who have learnt Vedam, because at any stage it will break. One may be born in Brahmana family, but maybe before Upanayanam he dies. One may get Upanayanam, before Veda Dhyanam he dies. One may do Veda Dhyanam, before doing Yaga Yajnas he can die. So at any place that qualification may be lost. So in all of those stages there is risk involved. This is same for all the Adhikrita Adhikara, that is Karma Yogam, Jnana Yogam, Bhakti Yogam, Purushottama Vidya, So these are all based on Vedam. Anything to do with Vedam, one has to go through the Upanayana Samskaram, being born in Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya family, do Veda Dhyanam and all that. So there is lot of risks involved. And in the Sadhyopayam also there are Sarvadhikaram. There are some upayams like Tirunama Sankirtanam and then Dividesha Vasam. Anybody can live in a Dividesha. Even if there are some restrictions in who can live in the Agraharam, in the surrounding places anybody can live. So no restrictions in Dividesha Vasam. So these are Sarvadhikaram in Sadhyopayam. But in Siddhopayam, it is always Sarvadhikaram. There is only one Upayam, Bhagavan. And that Bhagavan as Upayam is applicable to everyone. Anybody can surrender to Bhagavan. There is no restriction. So that is the greatness of Siddhopayam in one way. So Sadhyopayam, there are differences. Adhikrita Adhikaram, Sarvadhikaram. But in Siddhopayam, everything is Siddhopayam. That is readily available. Everything is Sarvadhikaram. And there is also another difference. In many of the Sadhyopayams, it is not a one birth process. It will be thousands of births. For example, if a person has to complete Karma Yoga, he cannot complete it in one birth. It may take 100 births, 200 births, 500 births, 1000 births. It may take many births for such person. But there are some upayams which are giving immediate results also. For example, Tirunama Sankirtanam. Tirunama Sankirtanam is capable of giving result in the end of this life itself. Similarly, Avatara Rasya, it can give benefit, it can give the result in the same birth also. So in this Sadhyopayam, there are some which will give immediate result, some which will not give immediate result. So those differences are there. But in Siddhopayam, it will give immediate result. As long as it is done properly, it will give immediate result. So one more tick mark here. In the Sadhyopayam, another shortcoming is there. It is involving self-effort. That is, always there is the concept of I am the doer. That thought process will be there. If I am doing Karma Yoga, I have to say, I am doing, for example, I have to do Sankalpam. This is me, my Gotra, my Sutra. I have to say all of that and then I have to start that process. So, at any stage, there will be that thought process of I am the doer. Even though it has to be eliminated, that scope is always there. But in Siddhopayam, there is no such scope because we accept that we are servant. When we are servant, then what do we have to do? Nothing in our hands. The servant has to just look up to the master. He cannot have any self-interest or self-effort. He is thinking, I am doing this for satisfaction of my master. That is the only aspect. So this Sharanagati, this surrender or prapanna, that is also advantageous in this aspect of the Sadhyopayam having the tinge of self-effort, Siddhopayam being free from that self-effort. So in all aspects, Sadhyopayam is much lower compared to Siddhopayam when it comes to reaching Bhagavan. Even though Shastram shows both Sadhyopayam and Siddhopayam, Siddhopayam is always considered as the best. That is why our Acharyas have chosen Siddhopayam. Now some people will also say that if one has the ability, then one can pursue Sadhyopayam. If one can do Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, he can do. But for those who are not able to do Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, they can do Sharanagati. Depend on Bhagavan. But that is also not our Purvacharya's view. Our Purvacharya's view is that whether you are able or unable. In either case, our Swarupam is to surrender to Bhagavan. So some people say that if you are capable, you do this. If you are not capable, for the people who are incapable, there is Sharanagati. That is the view of some people. But our Acharyas have clearly said that that is also not acceptable. Because for us, for prapannas, main thing to understand is this sadhanantara parityaga, the complete abandonment of all the other upayans. That has to be done. Not because I am unable to do, but because it is not apt for me to do. So that concept is very, very important. That is our core instruction, teaching of our Purvacharyas. So that is the important point we have to think as prapannas. So if you are prapannas, what are the important aspects for us to think about? We should think about ourselves as real servitors, pure servitors of Bhagavan, and whatever we do, it is not based on our self-effort and it is not for any benefit. No benefit, whether it is materialistic benefit or spiritual benefit also. Some people say, if you do this, your bhakti will improve. Then also we should not do. It is not for improving our bhakti. It is for us to understand our true nature. First and foremost thing is, we have to understand who we are, who is Bhagavan, what is the samsara, how we have to disassociate from samsara, how we have to associate with Bhagavatas, Bhagavan, sathsangam. So, to understand all of these, we are pursuing the Purvacharya Granthams. All the Purvacharya Granthams, they are mainly focused on teaching this to us only. So that when we understand this, it is not that we are becoming a scholar. It is not that I become a great scholar, I attain great knowledge like that. It is for me to realize who I am truly. What is my responsibility towards Bhagavan? So to understand that, and what is the point of understanding? It is to put into practice. It is to make sure that we live our life according to that. Not just live our life as we please. We have to think that we are prapannas. Prapannas means those who are completely surrendered to Bhagavan, not having any expectation in life other than bringing pleasure to Bhagavan, bringing joy to Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. So beyond this, we don't have any other purpose in this world. Even for what is the purpose of our existence here? Why should we be here? We cannot say that I want to accomplish this, I want to do this, I want to create this revolution, I want to do that revolution. Not that. Our objective here is to serve Bhagavan and Bhagavatas as long as we are here. That is the objective. If that objective is not going to be fulfilled, then our existence has no meaning in this world. We can cease to exist from here. Because our purpose is only to serve Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. That is the goal here, that is the goal in Paramadam also. In here, we are surrounded with so many situations, so many miseries. In that we are trying to do something. But in other situations, that is in Paramapadam, we don't have these problems. We can freely focus on Bhagavan and fully do cultivation. That is the main reason why we desire to go to Paramapadam also. No other reason. It is not that we have some favoritism towards Paramapadam over Srirangam or Tirunarayanapuram. It is because there we can do uninterrupted service, Kaikaryam. Here we have to do only little bit of Kaikaryam and some break will come. Even if you want to do continuously, we will not be able to do. So that is why our goal is to reach Paramapadam and do eternal Kaikaryam for Bhagavan. So as prapannas, our mind should only be sticking to these two aspects. Bhagavan is the upaya. So I will not do anything for my own upliftment. I will not even cut a small piece of grass to make me progress. I will only depend on Bhagavan's grace and Purvacharya's instructions. Because Bhagavan's grace comes through Purvacharya's instructions. So I depend on that. And my goal as long as I am here is to serve Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. So upayam is Bhagavan. Upayam is Bhagavan and Bhagavatas. Upayam also, when we say Bhagavan, in him, Bhagavatas, Acharya, they are all part of his Tiruvadi, his lotus feet. So as part of Upayam also, we pursue Acharyas. And as part of our Kainkariam also, it is not sufficient if we just do Kainkariam for Bhagavan. So we have to do Kainkariam for Bhagavatas also. So this is how we have to focus our life on. Now what happens to other aspects? What about my livelihood? What about my physical well-being? What about my family? What about my society? Should I not serve my country? Should I not serve my community? All of that. They will all be done if they are part of Bhagavad Bhagavata Kainkariya. So if we are serving our family means taking care of our family. It is okay if we do it to ensure that they are also engaged in Bhagavad Bhagavata Kainkariya. We are taking care of them. Then it is fine. Then it also becomes part of Kainkariya. If they are all doing something else, then it doesn't solve the purpose. So we have to slowly minimize such activities. Even whatever work we are doing, whatever business we may be having, if that is directly benefiting Kainkariam, then at least it is okay. Why I am saying at least it is okay means most of the job which we are doing nowadays, they are all directly opposite to Shastra. Dharma Shastra will not allow any of the jobs we do. But we have to live in this world, so some remuneration has to come. So people have to do some work. For that, we all have to identify according to Shastram what is allowed for us. We have to try and see if that is possible for us to do. If that is possible, then we have to do that only. Even if we get much less than what we will make in materialistic jobs. If we get less also, if it is within our dharma, then we can try to pursue that. Because the more we engage in the activities which are contrary to Shastra, the more papam we are accumulating. That papam only we have to endure. We only have to go through that sins, the result of those sins, and we have to exhaust those sins by suffering somehow. So we have to carefully think about the future. If we want to reduce our suffering, as long as in this world also, if we want to remain somewhat happy in Bhagavata sathsangam, in Kainkariam, then we have to reduce the activities which are against Shastra. We have to have some plan. If we are working now in some company which is again contrary to our Shastra or Dharma, which is contrary to our own Varna Dharma, then we have to plan. Maybe 2 years, 3 years, 4 years down the road, I should be out of this situation. I should not be continuing in this situation forever. So some smart planning, some thinking. Beyond that, all of that, we have to have that implementation of surrender, total faith in Bhagavan, that He will take care of us. As long as we desire to do dharmika way of life, we desire to live that life, then Bhagavan will facilitate. As long as we desire that, we have to desire. Unless we have the desire, He cannot force upon that, because it will go in the reverse direction. If something is forced upon us, it may go in the different direction. So for that, Bhagavan is letting us take the decision. He wants us to think about these things. He provides the facilities. He provides us the opportunities. He provides us the satsangam. Someone who will kindle this thought process. Because if everyone says, go work, make more money, live happily, then we will think that that is what we have to do. So at least if 1 or 2 people say that, no, stop that thought process. Think differently. Don't just think about money. Yeah, money is needed, but it is not the end of the world. So think about dharmika ways. See if you can do some shift in your mindset mainly and lifestyle both. Because mindset has to change. If that changes only, next things will happen. So if we have some financial stability, then we have to put some brakes at some point and think about alternate lifestyle which is the original lifestyle for us. Now it has become alternate lifestyle. But originally we were all thinking in dharmika way. We were all thinking and doing actions in the dharmika way. 100 years ago, if we look at all our families, there will be some proper Kainkariam for any of us. In some village temple, in some Divyadesham, in some matam, wherever it is. Everybody will be involved in some Kainkariam, at least on a regular schedule, on a, if not a daily basis. Not everyone will be 100% Kainkariam. Even in the past it was not always like that. There will be some people who will do some Kainkariam. There are even yearly once Kainkariam for some persons. They will come that once in the year and they will do that Kainkariam and they will go. Similarly, monthly once Kainkariam will be there. Other times they will do some dharmika way of life and they will lead their livelihood. So it was like that 100 years ago. Now that kind of thought process has become alternate because our mainstream has become so now to bring things back, we have to propose this alternate lifestyle, alternate way of thinking. So when we think that alternate lifestyle and plan for that, it will happen. If not in 1 year, if not in 2 years, maybe in 5 years, maybe in 10 years. At least someday it has to happen. But mainly for us, we have to have contentment and at some point we have to say enough is enough. Whatever we have, that is enough. Because we can accumulate as much wealth. But whatever we are going to do with the wealth, we cannot take everything with us. Somebody is going to enjoy it. So whatever we have, we can comfortably try to spend that and live also. That is also not a bad idea. But we should be intelligent. We should not just spend unwisely, just lavishly waste money. We should not do. Even 1 rupee also we should not waste. Why unnecessarily waste? Whatever money is there, it should be preserved only. It should be used in proper either for our own comfortable, basic comfortable living or for Kainkariam. It should not be luxury. It should not be thrown away. Like people go for weekend enjoyment program. They spend 20,000 rupees, 15,000 rupees in just 1 or 2 days. What is the point? Even that one day, if wherever they go also, they will have arguments, they will have fights and they will come back in an unhappy situation only. After spending that much money also, they will come and say, oh, we should have done this instead of going there. This place is better I heard. Like that they will be arguing only. So, that kind of wasting of money should not be done in anything. Any money we spend, it should be worthwhile spending. So if we carefully spend the money, we can save also. So that the more we save, the quicker we can get out of this race. This problematic lifestyle, if we have to exit that lifestyle, we have to save more. The more we save, the better confidence we'll get in our own financial situation. We'll be able to quickly take the decision that, okay, we can come out of this. We can confidently come out. And after that, if we get some basic remuneration also for doing some Vaidika Kainkariam, then also it is okay. It is good because it will be peaceful, there will be no pressure and it will be better for our Swarupam also. And nowadays I was talking to one doctor also. He was also supposed to come, he did not come here. He was also saying, lot of people 35 years, 40 years, they are all having so many heart problems and many chronic diseases are coming. These are all because of this work situation also. Too much pressure is being put in the offices nowadays. Unrealistic goals, unrealistic targets. If you don't meet them, you are looked down upon. People say that you are not worthwhile and all that. So these adds up. These all add up for our mental stress. So we have to minimize this kind of engagement. Our life is not meant for suffering. Our life is meant for Kainkariam. Bhagavan has given this Karna Kalevaram only for Kainkariam. So for that Kainkariam, we should prepare our body and mind. We cannot just waste our body and mind in useless things, worldless things, and also spoil it in the process. Not only we are misusing the property given to us, we are also spoiling the property, abusing the property. Both is happening. Bhagavan gave the body and senses for to serve him and Bhagavatas. Not only we are putting it in use like that, on the other hand we are also abusing it and losing the capacity itself. It's like a machine only. There are certain limits. It can only run so fast, it can only run so far. It cannot go beyond that. If you put so much pressure on it, it will break earlier than its expiry date. Expiry date is always there for us. So anyway, we will have to be done with that. But before that also, it will break down if you abuse the system, if you abuse the machine. So as prapannas, forget about others. If they come to realization, they will also change. Many people are changing now. If you look at the Western countries, there is a total shift in mindset now. They are giving more importance to family. They are giving more importance to mental health, and they are giving more importance to relaxed way of lifestyle, work culture, and all that. But in India, in our Bharat Desham, it is totally different. It is opposite actually. People are putting so much pressure, and because of that, whether there is competition or not, there is a illusion that there is so much competition. If you don't perform well, you will lose out. Those kind of things are
happening each and every
shown here. So to overcome all of that, we have to understand the true purpose. Our purpose is not to put this body and mind stress. Rather, it has to put the body and mind in service to Bhagavan. And if we are engaged in service, even though it may be hectic sometimes. For example, if dear Swami has organized this program, many Bhagavatas have worked with night and day and night for this. So they would have also went through some stress. But this stress is not bad stress. It is good stress actually. It will make us think and engage in Kainkariam. And it will, once the activity is done, we will have so much joy that this Kainkariam was accomplished. That all the stress will also disappear. And maybe bodily stress we have to take rest and it will go. And there is no mental stress as such.
Yes.
Because in Kainkariam, we are doing it willingly and joyfully. So it will not have much mental stress. So all of these aspects are there. So prapannas, as prapannas, we have to think about these things. Instead of thinking about how we are going to get promotion, how we are going to get a better house, how we are going to get a better job. Instead of all of that, we have to think about how we can put our body and mind in proper use. What it's meant to do, what they are meant to do, how we are going to make use of this body and mind in that. So we have to think about that as prapannas. And when we think about it, it is just not the thinking which is sufficient. We have to associate with like-minded Bhagavatas who are having similar mindset. And based on that mindset, collective effort and collective push will bring lot more results rather than one person
doing all the
trying to do and fighting against the tide and trying to beat the opposition energy, because there will be so many people who will come against us. Why you are not thinking like all of us? Why it should be like this? You should be making more money, living very comfortably, joyfully, have big house, big car, go to foreign trips. Why you are not doing all of that? They will put so much pressure that energy is there, and also we are having this big monster in our hand, which can be used properly also. But this mobile, cell phone, which is actually bombarding us with so much unnecessary content. It is giving us so much content that we will easily be bewildered. If you look at it, whoever it may be, if you look at it for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then we will go into that world.
5 hours.
And we will just lose all our time, all our energy will be wasted, and nothing will be done on that day. So there is so much pressure nowadays. We have to overcome those pressure, and that can be done with the support of like-minded Bhagavata. So here also we have very good Goshti. This Goshti has to meet regularly. Physical meeting should also happen. Maybe monthly once, maybe once a month, we have to meet and discuss amongst ourselves how we can engage in Kainkariam together, whether we can do some programs within our group and also invite others. So like that, if we think and work in a sathsangam, then it will be much better. Each of us can encourage others and collectively make progress. That is the power of satsangam. And with the total mentality of surrender, we have to have that faith in Bhagavan, that he will never let us down. Even if we get some suffering, it is also because of our own karma, and Bhagavan is helping us. Instead of making us drown, he is still making us float. Even though we feel that we are drowning, really our head is up above the water. That is because of Bhagavan's mercy only. He is the one who is keeping us afloat instead of drowning. Because if you look at many places, people are literally being bombed out of their home. They are going through so many different problems, war, financial problems, physical abuse. Different types of problems are being faced by people all over the world. At least we don't have such problems. We are very happily engaged in our own small Kainkariams and some family life. Now we have to change that very basic family life concept into Kainkariam based family life. Our center of activity should be Kainkariam. All of our focus should be on Kainkariam. So that is what is very important for prapannas. The prapannas means those who are surrendered. It is not just a word. Surrender itself is a task of the mind more than body and words. We can say I surrender unto Bhagavan. We can fall flat also, 1 time, 2 times, 10 times, 100 times also we can fall flat and do Dandavat Pranama. But our mind is not surrendered. If that is not the case, if our mind is not surrendered, then all of that will be useless. But if our mind is surrendered, but some reason our hands are tight, our legs are tight, we are not able to fall on the ground, then also our situation will be much better. So mind is the main key element in it. So if we have to control the mind, we have to control it. We cannot let it go loose. So once we have that mind control and we have the firm faith and belief in Bhagavan, then naturally we will progress better. So that Vishwasam, Mahavishwasam is very, very important. Satsangam, Mahavishwasam and collective Kainkariya. Satsangam also, just speaking and going is not going to help. Some physical activity should be there, some physical Kainkariya. Whether we are gathering people, we are arranging some good things for others, we are providing some good things for others, all of that should be done. Just mere discussion, anybody can do discussion for any number of years also. But at the end of the day, if we are not practically doing some Kainkariya, then it will not be worthwhile. So all of these aspects have to be kept in mind by prapannas. Prapanna means this is our life. Our life should be focused on satsangam, and then Mahavishwasam, and then Kainkariya. And then Kainkariya includes Bhagavad Bhagavata Acharya Kainkariya. So all of that ought to be thought about on a daily basis. Every day morning when we wake up, we have to think what are the activities we have to do today. What Kainkariya can I do? What activity can I do for the benefit of our Sampradaya, for Bhagavan, for Bhagavata. So when we think like that, every day we will produce some output. Something will come out from us which will benefit others. So that goal should be very clear. Our purpose is not for us, for others. Whether it is Bhagavan or Bhagavata, it is for others. If we do that, automatically we will be taken care. No need to worry about our own things. Everything will be taken care of. And even if there is some shortcoming, we will not even notice it. We will be happy with whatever we get. So that mindset is the ultimate state for us. Whatever happens, let it happen. Our continuum should go on. Whether it is disturbances, family disturbances, financial disturbances, office disturbances, let that all be in one side. There should be one channel to process all of that. There should be one channel to process titanium. That channel should be only exclusive for titanium. Our mind, that channel in the mind should not be disturbed in any case. That in Tamil they say, "Idiye vizhundhalum solranga." Even if thunder falls, the titanium should continue. We should never stop. And for that titanium to continue, main thing is Mahavishwasam and sathsangam. Those two are very, very important. So this is something as prapannas we have to think. There are a lot of technical aspects are there, but in a very practical way, if you think about how to be a prapanna, this is one main way of looking at it. Satsangam, Mahavishwasam and Sankirtan. And all of these will not happen overnight. It will develop over time. Not overnight, but over time. So we have to be patient. We have to be very, very patient, and we have to wait for things to change. We cannot rush into it also. Because we cannot imitate higher level. We have to do at whatever level we are in. So slowly, basic principles are common for everyone. No devadanta sambandham, no desire for worldly enjoyment too much. All of that are common for all persons. But beyond that, everyone has to go through the levels on their own, step by step, with the guidance of acharyas. Then these things will naturally come.
Koyil.org has published a variety of Sri Vaishnava Sampradayam books in different languages. A wide range of books covering different topics from absolute beginners to advanced level knowledge seekers are available at books.koyil.org. Books can be ordered via email koyil.org@gmail.com or WhatsApp. For details, please contact mobile numbers 8220-151966, 9600-595273